We're often in our trade, refer to ourselves as in the forgotten front line, because obviously the undertakers are the people that no one wants to think of. We bow, please. And I get why, of course. But we're just, a normal family, and we would normally hug families. That's just how we are. They've just lost our loved one, and we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to shake your hand now.
He was only in the hospital 5 days when he contracted the COVID.
He was fighting, and we always kept saying, don't worry, Dad, you can do it. You've done it before. You've beat cancer. You can beat COVID. Come on, you can beat it. Everyone's devastated, and everyone wants to be there.
He's got 11 children, 28 grandchildren, and most of them are not allowed to be there. I find that so hard.
We founded our own funeral home less than 10 years ago. And obviously I've done this job since I was 15. But the past year, it has been just dreadful. People were passing away around us, left, right and centre. Last year, we really started to notice a change. What would normally be, I guess, pneumonia and flu was now COVID. Returned back from the local hospital, and we're talking trucks in car parks with just deceased. My God, it's something like out of a film.
Death is inevitable, and it's something that I'm quite scared of myself, even though it's my profession, and I'm honoured to help people through the toughest time of their lives. But this is a whole nother kettle of fish.
So at the moment, we're struggling to find space for the amount of coffins we've had to order. People with toilet rolls and whatnot, that was our issue. Our issue was trying to get coffins for loved ones, I'll be honest. So we're ordering 24 coffins at a time, whereas normally we just order a few here and there, depending on what families want. So it'll be COVID-19 today, so it's masks and gloves. Right, I'm going to go and polish my shoes. That COVID word in the very beginning really affected how your loved one could be laid to rest. We couldn't allow people to see their loved ones in the very beginning. They could only have so many people present at their funeral. Thank you. Sadly, they only allow 10 people around the graveside. So the clergy and then 10 family members, okay? Tomorrow you're here for the viewing for this lady and son coming in.
So the last COVID case.
Yeah.
We've gone from a couple of weeks where it's just COVID, and now it's sort of...
Yeah, but I think this, reflects the way the world's going, well, the way this country's going. The numbers are going down, and so, and that's evident on the board.
I think we've got another week, and then I think it'll...
Go again.
I'll do a little bit.
30 people, sadly, are only allowed in the chapel. The side doors, though, will be open for those to observe.
I'd heard from other people that if COVID's on the death certificate, you wouldn't be able to carry the coffin in. So I asked him, and he said that he could never stop loved ones carrying their loved ones in. So yes, he would allow it.
I just had to say goodbye. And I kissed him. He's my George, and that's it. That was the last goodbye.
COVID-19 affects everything. We've seen so much change now with the effects of suicide. So many people now are taking their own lives. Yeah, so we've had some really sad ones this week, and 2 suicides in 2 days. Just watching families break, it just literally in front of your eyes is the hardest part of our job. Because as soon as we show you in, we go, oh, please spend as much time as you need, and then we walk out and we can just hear, the cries. It's dreadful, dreadful.
Hello, Valentine and Turner. You know, you're very welcome. Okay, bye-bye. That whole family just... How do you even deal with that?
I think, you know, we're like a sponge, you know, you have to be a good listener. You have to constantly listen to people's grief. And I think it does take its toll a little bit sometimes for us all, you know. Yeah, it does get on top sometimes.
Take the weight now of Mum, okay? Okay, gently now. And then keep coming. That's it, stay in hands though for now.
We were thinking, how did we get away for so long without catching COVID? Being with people every day, you know, interacting with people every day, and then handling loved ones that are passed with COVID. We had lack of PPE in the very beginning. You know, sometimes we couldn't even find a pair of gloves. But it caught us in the end, and we all got COVID over Christmas. I'll be honest, it scared the life out of me. How are you? Yeah, a little stressful, but we're all okay. We're seeing now this new Kent strain come into action. You know, we were thinking, how's this going to affect us? You know, because we're a funeral home in Kent. And if, you know, our numbers were going up and up. The more people that pass away, the more funerals we have to conduct. And then, of course, the more space we have to find to keep your loved one in the right conditions. And that's hard.
Right. So we're losing 3 this week.
Yes, at the moment it's like a balancing act. You know what I mean?
We're literally like a revolving door.
It's working at the moment, but we need to get plans in place for when we're not.
Hello, darling, you okay? Yeah, very well, right. Have you got fridge space for 4 deceased? Yeah. They're all COVID.
If I had good news, he was the first person I phoned. And if I had bad news, he was the first person I phoned because he understood. He was a big, strong character. That's
Funny.
exactly what he was.
Funny.
And funny. He was very funny.
He'd have everyone laughing.
I've got some fantastic memories because he's always been there for me. You know, he's always been my big brother. And I hope I've been a good sister.
This pandemic has stopped people from having that closure. It's been the most heartbreaking year. I just think it can never be forgotten.